Welcome back for part 2 of this 3-part video series on how I make 3D printed model cars. In part 1, we discussed 3D modeling and slicers. In this video, we will be printing all the pieces and preparing them for paint. Here we are at my resin 3D printer. We can see that the car is slowly raising out of the vat of liquid resin. If we watch carefully, we can see the platform slowly raise up and down. It does this every 2.5 seconds. With each new layer created 0.05 millimeters above the previous layer. So far, this car has been printing for 4 hours and 18 minutes. It has completed 1,790 layers and has 547 layers remaining to print, which will take an additional 1 hour and 17 minutes. Let's check back in on it when it is finished. Okay, the car has completed printing. It took 5 hours, 36 minutes, and 53 seconds. A quick inspection, and it looks to be a great print. I'm going to manually raise the platform a little higher to make it easier to remove it. Now, let's loosen the nut that holds the platform onto the raising arm. Holding it under the light and taking a closer look, I can see that this was a fantastic print. Everything looks perfect. I'm going to remove this from the platform off camera, as I will need both hands and 2 gloves. Now, with the car removed from the supports, we are ready to wash it. I also gave this a quick wipe down with paper towel to remove the largest and easiest to clean liquid resin, which will allow me to get more washes out of my isopropyl alcohol. This is 99% isopropyl alcohol. I dip the car into the IPA, allowing it to rush into the drain holes at the back of the car. I leave the top drain hole above the IPA, allowing air to escape. I then raise the car out of the IPA, letting it completely drain back out. I will repeat this 3 to 4 times until the IPA draining out is clear. This is to wash the hollow inside of the car as much as possible. Now let's talk about how this cleaning machine works. In the bottom of the tub is a propeller which is spun by a magnet to stir the IPA. A cage within the tub holds the parts above the propeller. Now you see why I gathered all the plugs together so that their support rafts touch, making them one part that won't fall through the holes in the cage. The cage also allows for the parts to be easily removed from the tub once the wash is finished. Now let's turn on the machine, make sure it is set to wash. We want the propeller to spin quick, and 10 minutes should be more than enough time. Put on the tub cover to prevent the IPA from evaporating. At 99%, it will evaporate quickly if left exposed to the open air. The machine will not turn on without the UV shielding cover. Not sure why for the wash cycle. And press start. I'll see you again in 10 minutes. The 10-minute wash has completed. Time to remove the car and plugs. Typically, I can hold the cage above the IPA with one hand and grab the parts with my other hand, but as I'm holding a camera, I will just have to reach in and grab it. And of course, some IPA has gotten into my glove. It evaporates so fast it feels cold. Let's shake the car to get some of the IPA off. I'm going to place this on some paper towels for about 2 hours to dry. I will place it at an angle so that gravity brings IPA trapped inside to the back drain holes. I will see you again in about 2 hours when this is fully dry. Now the car has finished drying, so now we can plug the drain holes. Let's talk about the tools I will use. I use a UV flashlight, a paintbrush, and a small vial of the same UV resin that the car is made from. I will break each plug off of its support and simply push the plug into the drain hole. These plugs are small. I often drop them by accident or push them into the car, and so I always print one extra. I push the plug into the hole. Often I push it in a little too far, and this time I did it on purpose to show you how I fixed that. I grab my small vial of resin and dip in the paintbrush. I just want a small drop, just enough to bring the plug above the car surface. A light touch to get that drop into the drain hole and let gravity level it out. Now I use the UV flashlight for 5 to 10 seconds or so to solidify the resin. I can see there is still a divot, I need a little more resin to bring the plug at or above the car surface. And let's bump the camera for good luck while I give it another cure with the flashlight. If I use too much resin and there is now a bump, we will just use a small piece of sandpaper to bring it flush with the car surface. I will now quickly plug the rest of the drain holes. So back at the cleaning machine, you can see I removed the tub and added this rotating plate. This time I will set it to cure. I will make it spin slowly, and I will set it to 10 minutes. The machine will not turn on without the UV filter cover. This makes sense in cure mode because the lights would damage your eyes. It will cure for 10 minutes facing up. Then we will flip it and cure the bottom for 10 minutes. I will make you watch the last 12 seconds. Ain't nobody got time for that. I will flip it over and cure the bottom for 10 minutes. Let's skip the boring steps like removing it from the curing machine. I'm sure you can imagine what that looks like. I also skipped the slicing of the rims and wing. It's the same as the car, just without the hollowing and drain holes. We also don't need to see that printing. So here is the small parts finished. 2 front rims, 2 rear rims, and a wing. I'm sure you don't need to watch these get washed and cured. So just imagine I showed those steps. Okay, here we are at one of my FDM printers. This is a Bamboo Lab A1. As we can see, one tire has completed. This is the filament that is being melted and deposited onto the build plate. As you can see, it is very flexible. This is coming off a spool in my dry box, through a series of tubes, and into the top of the printer, and into the nozzle where it is heated until it is a goo, and then deposited onto the build plate. Let's take a look at the completed tire. It is stuck down to the build plate, but a hard pull and it comes off. You can see it is very flexible. This is more of a rubber than a plastic. You can see the individual treads on the tire. This printer does a great job getting details into parts this small. Now we just need to wait for the other 3 tires to be completed. The last step to prepare the car to be painted is to prime it. Here we are at my paint booth. The vent at the back has 2 fans that pull the air through a filter and blows it out the window for ventilation. I have the car stuck down onto a cup, so I don't have to hold it while priming. We're also going to prime the wing and the rims. I put them on tape to be able to move them around when the paint is wet. For the tires, the sides are masked. I do not want the sides painted as the raw resin holds better to the TPU tires, and I can use glue if needed. I will be priming only the bottom of the car. Later, when the primer has dried, I will flip it over and prime the top. We are using white spray primer. The only cars I prime black are cars that I know will have black trim. All other cars get primed white. For the wing, I will also be only priming the bottom right now. Again, we will flip it over and prime the top once this is dried. And for the rims, we will only be priming the top. These will take about 12 hours to dry. If you have watched this much of the video so far, you are probably the type of person who likes to watch paint dry. So I will leave the camera on for the next 12 hours and make you watch. I guess my phone must have died right after I sprayed the bottoms. But it has been 12 hours and the bottoms are dry. So I flipped them over and now I am priming the top. Last time I bumped the camera for good luck, it turned out well, so let's do it again. And prime the top of the wing. Another 12 hours of drying. As much as the YouTube algorithm would appreciate it, I won't make you watch the paint dry this time. That concludes part 2 of this 3-part series on how I make 3D printed model cars. To recap, in part 1 we talked about modeling and slicing. In this video, we saw the parts being printed and primed them to be painted. In the next video, we will conclude the series by painting the car. Thank you for watching.